sing, till earth and heaven ring, ring with the harmonies of liberty. Let our rejoicing rise high as the listening skies. Let it resound loud as the roaring sea. Sing a song full of the faith that the dark past has taught us. Sing a song full of the hope that the present has brought us. Facing the rising sun.
Good evening and welcome to Suitland High School. And to the state of the school's address. It is my pleasure to welcome you into our newly built campus and host this year's State of the School event. We are honored, of course, to have Dr. Joseph here with us, our superintendent, along with district leadership, marvelous educators, administrators, and teachers scattered among you at Prince George's County Public Schools, guests, family, community partners here with us tonight. Suitland has a proud legacy of academic excellence, artistic innovation, and community strength. And this new building represents a new chapter in that journey. Our students and staff are working hard every single day to make this space come alive, and we are grateful to share it with you this evening. Thank you for your continued commitment to the students here in Prince George's County and the families of Prince George's County Public Schools. At this time, I have the honor of introducing the Honorable Prince George's County Executive, Aisha Brayboy.
Good evening, everyone. It is such an honor to be here this evening at Suitland High School. When the new school is built and open, it will be the premier high school, not just in the county, not just in the state, but in the entire nation. And that's what our kids deserve. That's what our kids deserve. And so I'm excited to be here. Dr. Joseph, it's an honor to be with you this evening, along with the chair of the Prince George's County Council, who represents this area, Crystal Oriada. I also see Delegate Tiffany Alston, Delegate Jamila Woods, Council member, who was a former school board member, Shayla Adams Stafford, our state's attorney, Tara Jackson, Council member Walla Blagay. Am I missing anyone sitting next to you? Oh, the mayor of District Heights is also with us tonight. Thank you so much, Madam Mayor. Along with Council member Ed Burrows is also with us. I hope I mentioned everyone. Okay. Oh. And the school board, but you all will be introduced, right? Because I don't want to, look, I'm not going to get in trouble. But look, I'm just here really to listen to our superintendent and those of you who will be speaking tonight about the state of our schools. I can tell you that from my vantage point, I know that our school system is in good hands. My administration works very closely with Dr. Joseph and his team to ensure that we are aligned to provide and deliver the best services to our students and families. One of the things I will mention was that at the beginning of the school year, or really before the beginning of the school year, we worked together to ensure that all of our students received their immunizations so that they were compliant and they could be counted amongst students attending Prince George's County Public Schools. The prior school year, there were over 4,000 children who were not immunized. That cost the school system $25 million. This year, with our combined efforts, less than 30 kids, less than 30 did not receive their vaccination. So when we put our heads together, when we work collaboratively, we can make a big difference. And I want to thank you, Dr. Joseph, for your partnership with us, as well as many of the elected officials here came to those immunization clinics, and we held several to get the word out across Prince George's County. But together, we know we can make a difference. And the last thing I'll mention before I step down is that just yesterday, we announced that the Sphere is coming to National Harbor. And let me tell you why I'm so excited about that. Not only am I excited because it's a huge generator of revenue for the county and over $1 billion economic impact once it's up and running, but the jobs, the 4,700 jobs that will be permanent jobs here in Prince George's County will be accessible to our students. And it's not just jobs taking tickets. If any of you have been to the Sphere, you'll know that it is an immersive, really high-tech entertainment venue, which requires engineers, graphic designers, and a lot of other professionals in the tech space. So this really is an industry coming to Prince George's County in a big way. This is only the second U.S. location for the Sphere, and right now the only other place it's being contemplated is in Dubai. So let me tell you, we are not just on the national map, we're on the world map, and our kids are getting educated right here in Prince George's County schools to be able to compete and get those jobs that we are bringing here to Prince George's County. So I'm excited. I'm excited about the partnership. I'm excited to hear you tonight, Dr. Joseph, and thank you all so much for coming out this evening to listen to the state of the schools. Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Councilwoman Crystal Orieva. I have the pleasure of representing District 7 on the Prince George's County Council. Yes, the district that we're in right now. So welcome to District 7. And I also have the pleasure of serving as chair. And I first want to just say thank you. You could have chosen anywhere in the county to host the State of the Schools. And it is not lost on me that you chose Suitland. And there's two things that stand out. What our county executive said, that what we know this school is going to be is not just an investment that's going to be a crown jewel of the state, but it's going to be what other schools look for across this country. And the opportunity to really center communities that sometimes feel ignored. And when we talk about inside of the Beltway, sometimes our communities feel like we're not at the table. So when we're chosen to be the place where we hold conversations like this, it says a lot and it means a lot. I also just want to take a moment to thank all the educators in this room. Can we give a round of applause to our amazing teachers? So when we talk about the state of our schools, it's impossible to have that conversation without elevating our educators and the people that make, these are buildings and they're great and we want to invest in them, but it's the people that work in these buildings that are the backbone of our education system. And like the county executive said, I think a lot of us state leaders and local leaders, we're in the room to hear from you and your team, Dr. Joseph, about what the school system's going to need. I echo the county executive's sentiments that I think that we are in great hands. It's one of the, she made lots of great choices, but I have to say, you stepping into this role was an amazing decision. So I thank the county executives team. I thank Dr. Joseph. I have to say Chair Emeritus, the former Chair Burrows, and the help you did in this decision, because who stands in this position to shepherd our children, shepherds our future. And it is a very important and vital role. And I know that we are in a crisis in this state when it comes to funding, in this county when it comes to funding. So just another round of applause for the steer and the economic development that our county executive is working to bring to the county, because we can't talk about funding our school system and funding social services and doing these things without transformational ideas around economic development. So I say all of that to say that the council is dedicated to funding our school system. We are dedicated to making sure our thank you, Dr. Moss, making sure you have what you need. And so we look forward to this presentation. We look forward to hearing from where our schools are and where they're going and how we can be assisting in that. I know that the county executive did this, but I'm gonna get this right as the chair and recognize my colleagues. So just wanna again recognize Shayla Adams Stafford representing District 5, our newest at-large member, Councilmember Blagay, Chair Emeritus representing District 8, and I don't think there's any other council members that I'm missing, but we have representation from across the county here, because we know this conversation is not just about inside the Beltway, but it's about the entire county and how we can move forward. So just welcome to my district and look forward to the conversation. And now I have the pleasure of passing it to the chair of the school board, my friend, and also someone that represents District 7. Can we give a round of applause for Brandon Jackson? Thank you.
Good evening, everybody. Let's do that one more time while I adjust this microphone. They never have it for my height. Good evening, everybody. Good evening. My name is Brandon Jackson. I'm the chairman of the Prince George's County Board of Education. And on behalf of my board, I just want to welcome you to the 2026 State of Schools. This evening, we are honored to be joined by so many distinguished public officials who tirelessly champion students in Annapolis and in the county administration building. I want to make sure I get this right because I don't want to mess up nobody and nobody's names. But I want to specifically acknowledge the county executive, Aisha Braveboy, our county council chair, and the many members of the General Assembly and the county council who are here with us this evening. Also, I'd like to recognize my colleagues, if you can stand for a second while I recognize the Board of Education. Board Member Amy Olivo, Dr. Felton Moss, Board Member Pamela Boozer Struthers, Dr. Tiffany Anderful, Board Member Lolita Walker, Board Member Robin Brown, Board Member Zakia Goins-McCants, Board Member Ari Ajakaye. Did I get everybody? Make sure. Yeah, that's Ari. That's Ari Ajakaye, yeah. Yeah, we got her. But anyway, I would like to take a moment also to recognize our frontline leaders. And we have more than 200 principals. So if there are any principals here tonight, I would like you to stand and get recognized. This is the heartbeat of PGCPS right here. I think they deserve a standing ovation, y'all. Let's give it up for our principals. Thank you. Thank you for your unwavering commitment and tireless dedication to scaling excellence in every classroom and in every school. And to our community, a lot of times we don't recognize our community, so I want to recognize our community and our business partners as well. Thank you for standing with us as co-creators of hope and the opportunity for our 133,000 students. Your support makes a lasting difference, so thank you to the community as well. Okay, so we're at Suitland High School, and so music and arts are truly the heartbeat of Suitland High School. To set the tone for this evening program, it's my honor to introduce the Suitland High School choir. They will lead us in a performance, and at this time I ask all guests to stand and remain standing for this performance. Immediately following the ensemble, we will begin the main address. Thank you. What's that? Oh, and I also want to recognize Vice Chair Jonathan Briggs.
Thank you so much, Chairman Jackson. At this time, we'll actually begin our address. I'd like to welcome Interim Superintendent Dr. Sean Joseph to the stage.
Well, welcome everybody. How we doing? How we doing tonight? Yeah. We should feel good. I am excited. I still have the voices of those angels we heard in my ear. Did you hear that? Weren't they wonderful? Let's give them a round of applause. You know, those students weren't just carrying a legacy. They were bringing us into and announcing our future. Yesterday, we had an opportunity to honor Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. and his vision of a beloved community. Today, we're standing inside of that vision, built with intention. I want you to take a moment and just look around this beautiful, beautiful place that we have here. You know, this new Suitland High School opened just 15 days ago, not simply as a building, but as a declaration that excellence lives here. Can we give our students a round of applause one more time? You know, as was mentioned by our council chair, for generations, Suitland has been a sanctuary for black and brown brilliance, where creativity became craft and talent met discipline. This building is not an upgrade, it's simply a promise kept. I remember walking on this campus 9 years ago. Then County Executive Rashawn Baker was here, and he was walking with former Superintendent Dr. Kevin Maxwell. And the charge 9 years ago was clear, to build a school that rivals the best performing arts schools in the nation. And today, we say that vision stands complete. You know, the facilities is part of a historic construction program designed to address decades of inequity. Our facilities challenges were not accidents of time. They were results of policy decisions that created uneven investment. We now have the responsibility to correct that history with purpose. Every brick that we lay, every dollar that we invest is about one thing: disrupting the inequities that have existed and stopping the process of managing them. James Baldwin once reminded us that we need not leave the world in which the way we have found it. And Prince George's County, we will not. For too long, our story has been told through deficit lenses. And today, we reject that narrative. The evidence is clear. In Prince George's County, we do not have a remediation problem. We have an acceleration imperative. All right? And if you don't believe me, just look up at the screen. You see, when we compare our students to like peers, our students are growing, and they're growing often faster. Even in our most challenged schools, progress is real. Our multilingual learners and our students with disabilities are making gains. This is not a story of deficiency. This, my friends, is a story of momentum. 2 days from now, I'll be presenting a budget shaped by fiscal discipline and moral clarity. We closed a $150 million gap without asking taxpayers for more. I know we can get an amen on that one. While protecting what matters most. But acceleration requires honesty. Prince George's County Public Schools is currently operating at the state funding floor, trailing regional investments by tens of millions of dollars. And that reality doesn't limit our ambition, but it does demand alignment. How many of you remember this big-eared fellow from Texas that ran for president back in 1992? Yes? Right, his name is Ross Perot, right? I can remember watching Ross Perot on TV back in 1992. I was in high school. I was actually a senior in high school at the time. And his simplicity captured my attention with a bit of intrigue, right? So tonight, being inspired by Ross Perot, I want to share with you a few slides to help us understand a simple fact. We must devise a plan to address our structural challenges in the years ahead for us to truly prosper. Okay? So, when you look at our academic performance on the Maryland State Assessment, we see we do lag the state in English language arts, whereas our scores were at about 36.5%, while the state was at 50.8%. And when we look at mathematics, both the state and Prince George's County must do better as we look at that data. Next slide. Although we hit a historic high with graduation rates hitting 80% last year, the state currently is at 87.6%. So there's work that we must do. I want to call you to a book by a professor at Stanford named Jim Collins, and he talks about, the book is called Good to Great. Right? In that book, he looks at what do good companies do to get better. And one of the things that he discusses is any company, any organization that wants to get better, he says must confront the brutal facts of its reality. Okay? They must confront the brutal facts of its reality. Not to blame, not to judge, but to acknowledge here's where we are, and now leadership moves us forward. So as we look at the next few slides, this isn't judging, this isn't blaming, it's just the brutal fact of our reality that we must address. And one of the things we must address is that over the course of the past 2 years, we've seen a precipitous decline in funding. It's been a result of, we had a tax that used to give us additional dollars on top of the minimum expectation. But once that tax became a part of the funding formula at the minimum, our funding remained flat, at least for the past 2 years, which has resulted in us having to pull dollars from our savings account. And when you pull from the savings account year in and year out, there's a potential where you just can't do that anymore. And so that's where we are. We don't have the ability to pull those same dollars that we used to be able to do. So we have to be careful. We have to be fiscally responsible because we don't want to get into a situation where our savings account is below the minimum expectation because then if something happens, we would, as leaders, we would be responsible. So we have to be mindful of that. Next, when you look at how we're funded, we are very blessed and fortunate to get 33% of our budget from our county. We get about 58% of our budget from the state, about 5% from federal sources, 1% local sources. That's where we pull money from our savings account. And then we get dollars from other sources outside of those that we've identified to make up the 100% of our now close to $3 billion budget. So let's be clear, we have a $3 billion budget, and one of the things we said we must do moving forward is make sure every dollar counts, because we just don't have the opportunity to have anything less than that happen. So what I say here, as we move to the next slide, what I say here is, folks, in general, if we don't address this issue as soon as possible, justice and excellence for our children will be denied. As Ross Perot would say, it's just that simple. Right? So, but let me be clear. Today, we're not choosing to be define our vision by our constraints. We're going to talk about what we must do to move forward, whether we get dollars or not. Because the fact is, even if we don't get a dollar, we're expected to improve, and we will. But we'll improve faster as we get more dollars, right? As we accelerate, as we get accelerants, we can accelerate. So tonight, to help me frame the accelerants that we're talking about, I'm going to bring up my partner in crime, Dr. Deanne Collins, our Chief of Staff, and if we can give her a round of applause, she's going to get us going here.
Thank you, Dr. Joseph. Clarity matters, focus matters, and discipline matters. Our work is anchored in 5 big rocks: literacy and mathematics, multilingual learners and students with disabilities, dual enrollment and internships, organizational culture, and chronic absenteeism. These are outcomes, not just initiatives on a piece of paper. To move these big rocks, we have identified 5 strategic accelerants that you'll hear about tonight. These are the levers that we truly believe will allow us to scale excellence across our district in an equitable and coherent manner. Tonight, you will see what acceleration looks like in practice. So first, let's begin with our people. The enemy of excellence is variance. When preparation varies, outcomes vary. We are reimagining professional learning, not as an event, but as an embedded practice. Learning that is sustained, collaborative, data-informed, supported, and evaluated. When educators are equipped with clarity and support, they thrive. And when educators thrive, students can thrive as well. Let's hear more about how we're operationalizing high-quality, job-embedded professional development.
I love having my colleagues model lessons and watch my lessons because it's less pressure for me, and I understand that they know what it's like to be in the classroom, so I don't feel a lot of pressure like they're grading me or they're trying to give me a score. They're just here to support.
Mrs. Bell's leadership style has created a culture of trust, openness, and collaboration here at Longfields. She consistently approaches conversations with a coaching mindset rather than an evaluative one, making it clear that challenges are viewed as opportunities for growth and not judgment.
Principal Bell speaks a lot about the conditions that had to be put in place prior to engaging in instructional coaching. We see a shift from the ownership of what happens with teacher practice, from the onus being on the instructional leader, which is the principal, Principal Bell, to teachers and members of the instructional leadership team really taking ownership of what that growth process looks like. And it's not a top-down approach. It really is about the practitioner in concert with Principal Bell and/or members of our leadership team coming together and identify how they're going to get stronger to strengthen the instructional core. And this is showing to be a proven success at Longfields.
When I first started teaching, looking at data was something that I wasn't familiar with, and it was very overwhelming. But coaching helped me see more than just the numbers and help put names to those numbers and create actionable next steps. It's kind of hard to identify students based on just one score, but coaching helped me see the full picture of the student and how we can move forward. Last year, there was one specific challenge that I had when I taught tag for the first time, and I really appreciated the support that my school team and my tag coordinator provided me to help me guide students towards greatness. So that helped me change my mindset from feeling like I had to hold all of the responsibilities on my own. It was a team effort.
The Transportation Academy is a grow your own strategy which allows us to really leverage our existing employee group. It allows the opportunity for them to participate in structured training sessions and really to learn what it is required to become a long-term school bus driver with us, as well as for future leadership opportunities. It's really a collaborative effort between the recruitment office, communications, the Education Support Professionals Office, and Transportation. It illustrates what happens when you work collectively towards a strategic goal. There are measurable results. The fact that we've been able to reduce our vacancies from 148 in September to less than 80 in the month of December, and we have individuals still in the pipeline for future internal trainings. We're just extremely excited about the energy and the vigor in which we're moving forward. I'm extremely enthusiastic and optimistic about the path that we're headed. And again, it could not have been accomplished if there was not a level of collaboration and communication that is happening right now. And the ultimate benefit of it is our students and the community.
Longfield's Principal Carmen Bell, Will Addison, and Erica Blair, please stand to be recognized and accept the Superintendent's Award of Excellence. In addition to scaling this work, we are leveraging a $1.6 million literacy coaching grant in partnership with the Maryland State Department of Education. In addition, we are also consolidating all professional learning into one office, the Office of Organizational Development. This office will also be built in partnership with our union leagues. We are moving from pockets of excellence to excellence everywhere. Dr. Joseph will now share our plans for investing in AI literacy.
Thank you, Dr. Collins. Okay. Acceleration requires audacity. We refuse to allow fiscal constraints to become opportunity gaps. To delay AI literacy is to disadvantage our students in a world that will simply not wait. Our investment in AI literacy is a promise that even in a hard winter, we will provide students and staff with world-class tools that they deserve. This is not about thinking about substitutes. It's not a productivity, it is a productivity partner and an equity strategy. We were the first district in the state of Maryland with a comprehensive AI framework and board policy, because leadership means preparing students for the world that they will inherit. AI is already expanding access for our multilingual learners in Prince George's County with tools like Summit K-12, Pocket Talk, Translate Live. This is equity in action. When Colin Kaepernick partnered with us on Lumi AI, as a result of the leadership of our county executive and our board president, it was because academic agency begins when students can author their own stories. This is not just about technology. It's about equity. It's about access. It's about civil rights. And it's about who gets to shape the future. Let's take a look at how we're using AI to erase language barriers in Prince George's County and give our staff the space to do what they do best.
We want you all to lead the way. Your voice needs to be heard. You need to have agency in how you engage and relate to the materials that you're building with.
So early on, we recognized that generative AI was going to have an impact on education. So we recognized that where traditionally our student and staff demographic isn't always recognized in the science, technology, engineering sphere, we recognized that we wanted to be.
Holistically, we've been working with different sets of tools that really help teachers bring back their time and focus in on the instruction with students in the classroom.
At PGCPS, we really view language access as a core of our day-to-day work, our day-to-day communication with students, with families, and language access is really central. It's not an add-on. So when we think about that, that is an essential part of being a big rock, and we need to be able to overcome that quickly. And Pocket Talk has really served in that capacity to build trust and build this opportunity for us to be immediate.
When you think about a school like William Wirt, we have quite a few support staff who are bilingual, but definitely not a lot of teaching staff. And so having a tool that teachers can use to access just to engage in procedural conversations, to make sure that students are clear on what the expectation may be in a classroom, to help communicate with families, just in regards to how can I help you? You know, do you know where the main office is? That was a challenge. And so having the Pocket Talk, it allowed us to have two-way communication. It definitely also helped create a sense of trust. Like people felt as though they were seen, they were heard, they were valued, their culture was valued, and it definitely was a win for us.
So when we see our families enter a room and they see their native language represented with the same importance as the English language, it really does make a huge difference for them. It lets them know that they are part of the work.
Summit K-12 is an instructional program that we supplement in middle and high school, and it's for our multilingual learners and helps multilingual learners to improve in listening, speaking, and reading and writing with the goal to obtain English proficiency.
Think about when the calculator first came on the scene. People thought it was the end of mathematics. No, it's not. It helps us to do more complex thinking utilizing the tool, and so we should take a look at AI in the same vein.
Many times we are speaking in our district what the difference between family involvement and family engagement is. Again, we don't want our families to come and observe and just be guests at our schools. We truly want them to have a voice. We truly want to collaborate with them, learn from them, and partner with them.
So to Dr. Love, Dr. Canny, Principal Simile, Ms. Santos, Dr. Rose, and Ms. Roberson, please stand and receive your medals. I'm proud to share that Prince George's County Public Schools was recently named the 2025 Pocket Impact Award winner. We also received the Education Changemaker Award for our district-wide commitment to language access, a global recognition that reflects the heart of our mission. We serve families representing 116 countries that speak 123 different languages. And in our schools, language should never be a barrier to safety, to dignity, or to belonging. AI here is not about replacing educators. It's about giving them time to teach, time to connect, and time to inspire. In Prince George's County Public Schools, we're moving beyond consuming technology. We're learning to shape it, to question it, and to lead it. Dr. Collins will now share our plans to strengthening our AI use to support safety and security.
So, Dr. Joseph, we've spoken about the architects of technology, right?
We have.
Yeah. But we also must speak about the architects of safety. Acceleration requires safety. When safety is seamless, learning can lead. That's why we are investing in both technology and trust. This will be done through mental health supports, secure design, and strong partnerships. Our data shows that where we have invested intentionally, major incidents have declined by 65%. Clear backpacks and advanced weapons detection systems that are faster, smarter, and less disruptive have successfully prevented weapons from entering our buildings. But technology is only the shield. The village is the sanctuary. Even more powerful than any device is a culture of trust. A culture where students feel safe, where they feel safe to speak up, and adults are prepared to act swiftly. Safety in Prince George's County Public Schools is a collective effort, from neighborhood crossing guards to security leaders, from school staff, and to all of our county partners. This shared responsibility is how the beloved community becomes real, not as an idea, but as a daily crafter. Let's learn more about our investments and partnerships to support safety and security.
We want you all to lead the way. Your voice needs to be heard. You need to have agency in how you engage and relate to the materials that you're building with.
So early on, we recognized that generative AI was going to have an impact on education. So we recognized that where traditionally our student and staff demographic isn't always recognized in the science, technology, engineering sphere, we recognized that we wanted to be.
Holistically, we've been working with different sets of tools that really help teachers bring back their time and focus in on the instruction with students in the classroom.
At PGCPS, we really view language access as a core of our day-to-day work, our day-to-day communication with students, with families, and language access is really central. It's not an add-on. So when we think about that, that is an essential part of being a big rock, and we need to be able to overcome that quickly. And Pocket Talk has really served in that capacity to build trust and build this opportunity for us to be immediate.
When you think about a school like William Wirt, we have quite a few support staff who are bilingual, but definitely not a lot of teaching staff. And so having a tool that teachers can use to access just to engage in procedural conversations, to make sure that students are clear on what the expectation may be in a classroom, to help communicate with families, just in regards to how can I help you? You know, do you know where the main office is? That was a challenge. And so having the Pocket Talk, it allowed us to have two-way communication. It definitely also helped create a sense of trust. Like people felt as though they were seen, they were heard, they were valued, their culture was valued, and it definitely was a win for us.
So when we see our families enter a room and they see their native language represented with the same importance as the English language, it really does make a huge difference for them. It lets them know that they are part of the work.
Summit K-12 is an instructional program that we supplement in middle and high school. and it's for our multilingual learners and helps multilingual learners to improve in listening, speaking, and reading and writing with the goal to obtain English proficiency.
Think about when the calculator first came on the scene. People thought it was the end of mathematics. No, it's not. It helps us to do more complex thinking utilizing the tool. And so we should take a look at AI in the same vein.
Many times we are speaking in our district what the difference between family involvement and family engagement is. Again, we don't want our families to come and observe and just be guests at our schools. We truly want them to have a voice. We truly want to collaborate with them, learn from them, and partner with them.
So as we just saw, it's important to note safety shouldn't be a question of where the school property line begins. Through partnerships, we are closing the gap between home and school to help ensure students arrive safely and are ready to learn. So Sergeant Ross, Director Gary Cunningham, Sean Matlock, Jason Washington, and Board President Brandon Jackson, please stand to be acknowledged at this hour.
Yeah.
We are proud to announce that over the next 4 years, we are advancing a phased set of security upgrades across the district. In year 1, our priority will be to fully outfit all high schools with next generation security. This includes AI-based weapons detection systems, facial recognition, expanded camera coverage in stadiums and parking areas, and also license plate readers. This $2 million investment completes a comprehensive high school safety ecosystem. At the same time, a $2.45 million investment will continue the expansion of security enhancement devices in remaining middle schools, as well as our K-8 campuses. This will include additional staffing required for the installation and the daily operations. As we move into FY28, our focus sharpens on our youngest learners. We will deploy visual alert systems in all 125 elementary schools. A $6.8 million investment designed to ensure every educator can call for help instantly. That's what that is, yeah. This right here is safety built with intention. Now, Dr. Joseph will share our plans for enhancing special education programs and services.
Say it again, Dr. Collins. This right here?
This right here.
This right here. You know, there's a kind of brilliance that doesn't always show up on a standardized test. A kind of genius that speaks differently in different rhythms, moves at different speeds, and sees the world through different lenses. In my first 100 days, our special education families made something very clear to me. They were not asking for sympathy. They were asking to be seen, to be heard, and to be true partners in this educational process. We heard them, and for the first time in the district's history, we launched a welcome back orientation for special education families in all of our schools. Right? Yeah. The goal was to set the tone from day one, a tone rooted not in compliance, but in collaboration. In addition, we hired a dedicated special education recruiter, and we reduced our vacancies from 242 special education vacancies last year to 80 this year. Special education must continue to be a top priority as we move into next year, as we respond with transparency and rigor to the state-level corrective action plan that we're currently working. And let me be clear, the challenge is not the commitment or capacity of our staff. The challenge is scale. We need targeted staffing and resources to deliver the outcomes our students truly deserve. Let's take a look at special education and what's possible when students get the supports they need.
You know that they have the potential, but they have the barriers. And so you remove those barriers, you give them that intervention, you give all of the supports, you plan, because that is, the basis of everything.
Building this trust with parents is crucial in helping them learn how to advocate for their children within special education, because that's one of the hardest things for them to do.
We are really a partnership. We value parents coming in, doing observations, and really understanding who their student is as a student in the classroom versus the student at home. We know sometimes children can be different at home and at school, so we really value insight from parents to help us get a full perspective of, a student's, capabilities and performances. And something, a quote that I hold on to that one of my administrators gave to me was, parents don't send their perfect child to school. They send the only one they have.
I actively listen to parents. I validate their concerns. I provide clear and supportive information about what they're going to expect. By sharing success stories and involving them in their child's journey, I can create a partnership that emphasizes hope rather than the fear that they feel when they first come in.
So I set very high expectations for them, and they usually rise to the challenge because they feel the support. Anything that I can use to motivate them and encourage them to continue, I use.
Research shows that early intervention sets the stage for lifelong learning and success. When we address needs early on, we not only help children reach their individualized goals, but we equip them with the skills necessary to thrive in inclusive environments. This creates a ripple effect, positively impacting their families and communities for years and years to come.
If you show them that you believe in them, if you celebrate every little victory, they now know that they can take the risks because you're still going to celebrate the little victories.
I understand the importance of being a nurturing presence while also embodying a strength that mirrors their diverse reality. My presence offers students on the spectrum a solid foundation to hold on to. It's a reassuring figure that blends compassion and stability. It's a unique dynamic. It fosters a safe environment where children feel secure enough to explore and take risks and express themselves. And it also broadens their understanding of relationships, showing them that having compassion and high expectations can coexist. By building this trust, I empower not only my students, but also their families, creating a community where confidence and advocacy can flourish.
We're here together, we're working together collaboratively to help the students, but understanding that it might be hard. We're gonna go through some trials and tribulations, but we're gonna get through on the other side together. And at the end of the day, we wanna do what's best for kids always.
Beatrice, Shannon, and Chase, please stand. Hostesses, the medals, please. So we serve more than 17,000 students with disabilities. While the federal law promised 40% funding, our reality is close to 15%. That gap is an equity issue. Therefore, we are requesting a targeted local investment to place resources precisely where they matter most, from early childhood services to autism expansion to intervention teachers. At the elementary level and early childhood level, my budget will request $3.1 million for IEP facilitators, relieving teachers and administrative burden so they can focus on instruction. There's another $2.4 million for early childhood services, strengthening support during the most critical developmental years. And across the district, $2.3 million to expand our autism programs, responding to a student population that's grown by 58% since 2013. Also, $1.9 million for intervention teachers, providing specialized support within general education classrooms. This is how we move beyond compliance to outcomes. Dr. Collins, bring us home with our last accelerant.
All right, Dr. Grace. So, acceleration depends on people. Respect is a moral imperative, but in a school district, it must also be a financial one. As the largest employer in Prince George's County with over 22,000 professionals, we recognize that our workforce is the engine of our acceleration. Let's give our workforce a round of applause. Yeah. Supporting our workforce remains our highest priority. This is why the FY27 budget includes $102 million to honor negotiated agreements, because respect must be both moral and financial. Let's hear how we have invested in our employees.
The number one thing I want our educators to know is that they're appreciated and they're respected and their voice matters. So our current contract, our new contract, was really built around ensuring that the profession is sustainable and accessible for new people coming into the career in particular, but sustainable for everyone, the workloads being addressed and putting guardrails around teacher time and autonomy.
For a long time, compensation was a barrier in our recruitment conversations, as candidates often opted to join a district with higher starting salaries. With the new 3-year contract raising starting salaries above $60,000, a full year ahead of the state mandate, that conversation has completely changed. Candidates now see PGCPS as competitive right away. We're seeing both an increase in the number of applicants and a noticeable improvement in quality.
I believe that the recent raises and investment in the employees have afforded them a sense of security in such a world that it is right now, and all the things that we're going through with our government. It just gives them that type of security.
And one of the great things that we did, especially for our more seasoned and our highly qualified educators, is creating a career path that keeps them in the classroom without having to seek administrative positions in order to grow as a professional.
I believe that Department of Transportation is the key to a successful day for our students.
We were able to increase salaries and give our folks raises because it is earned. My staff is the first PGCPS staff that our students see in the morning, and it's the last staff member that we see in the afternoon. And so there's a duty for my team to be a positive role model. We have folks that have been here for 49 years, and folks that have been here under a year, they get to contribute. And understanding that this is going to carry them after they retire is beneficial. So the increase has helped us recruit more driver trainees. The pay is very marketable amongst other school districts and other agencies in the DMV area. So thanks to our Human Resources Department, we've been able to drastically reduce the driver shortage. And the fact that the raises have been there, we are talking more about our comprehensive plan in terms of medical, dental, retirement, and the fact that we value our employees.
With the momentum we're building and the investments we're making, this is truly one of the most exciting times to be PGCPS proud.
Ms. Vonda Tuck, 38 years of service. Ms. Tiffany Doster, National Transportation Director of the Year, Mr. Kleber Baldwin, and our union presidents, our union leaders, please all stand right now. Prince George's County Public Schools is now a destination district with a starting salary of over $60,000. Yes. And faster hiring through our Fast Lane initiative. We have also reduced teacher vacancies by 52%. And driver vacancies to historic lows. Our message is clear. You are seen, you are valued, you are heard, and as you hear Dr. Joseph and I say all the time, you matter. Dr. Joseph?
So ladies and gentlemen, the budget I will present is simply a declaration of our values. We are operating at a time at the state minimum, which is below the regional investment. And that's why we're advocating for a modest $50 million investment to restore stability and to protect classrooms. Education policy is economic policy. This work requires partnership. James Baldwin urges us to insist on the impossibility of surrender. And we will not surrender our children to a deficit gaze. Prince George's County Public Schools is becoming a bellwether for what's possible when brilliance is cultivated, not constrained. To our honorees, please stand once more. Can we give them a round of applause? You all are proof of the excellence and the potential that's within Prince George's County Public Schools. Our Prince George's County Public Schools community is even richer because of the remarkable alumni whose success is evident, and we see it touching all across the country. Their inspiring stories are now featured on our website as part of the Where Are They Now page. You can visit this page and also submit names of individuals who can be added to the page. We also want to recognize the gracious sponsors of this event who played an integral role in advancing opportunity. The Excellence in Education Foundation for Prince George's County Public Schools, Kaiser Permanente, Educational Systems Federal Credit Union, and Walden University. Without your partnership, we could have never made this event so festive. And them chicken wings were good, let me just say that. Can you all please stand to be recognized? We are building schools where excellence is the expectation, classrooms where innovation is cultivated, and a district where excellence in all students is visible, undeniable, and scaled. We are Prince George's County Public Schools, and guess what? We're just getting started. Thank you so much, and have a wonderful, wonderful evening. What?